Let's turn our attention to transfer news. Arsenal have been busy today. Dharmesh Sheth joins me on set to tell us all the details. Developments on Jurrien Timber. What can you tell us, Dharmesh?
Yeah, just been confirmed to us in the past few minutes that Arsenal have now got an agreement in principle with Ajax to sign the defender Jurrien Timber. The deal is worth an initial €40 million plus a further €5 million in performance-related add-ons. He's expected to have a medical in the coming days and then finalise those personal terms, which effectively have been agreed as well. He's been a long-term target for Arsenal. You remember last summer, though, Manchester United tried to sign Jurrien Timber, but Arsenal have been keeping an eye on him for a number of months, and he will be signed predominantly as a right-back. So I think Mikel Arteta wants to really strengthen that back line, all along that back line. You've got Ben White, who can play right back and central defence. Now Jurrien Timber, Tomiyasu as well. So he's really building a squad there, is Mikel Arteta, ahead of the return to the Champions League. And you mentioned Jurrien Timber as a potential arrival. Another potential arrival, of course, is Declan Rice. Just a reminder of the news from earlier. Arsenal have agreed a deal now to sign the West Ham United captain. A compromise on the structure over that £105 million deal was finalised last night. It's understood that Arsenal will pay the initial £100 million. That's the guaranteed payment over a 2-year period. So it could be 2 or 3 instalments for that. One source has told Sky Sports News that Rice will have a medical at Arsenal this week. It might even be as soon as Friday, ahead of signing a long-term contract. Just to put into context how big this deal is, though, this is the biggest transfer fee between two British clubs, £105 million, and it falls just shy of the British transfer record that Chelsea broke last summer when they bought Enzo Fernandez for a tad over £106 million from Benfica. But it shows that Arsenal mean business and that they are backing Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, they sure do. I mean, Havertz in the door already, Rice on the way, getting closer, and Timber, as you say, now on the way.
You mentioned those three. Just if they were to complete all three of those deals, we're looking at, within the space of 3 weeks of the transfer window opening, a spend of over £200 million.
Wow. Well, that is them absolutely committing to another title offensive, if you like. And, you know, where they fell short last season, they clearly feel they've got unfinished business there. But, of course, they've got to balance the books, don't they? Who might be heading out? Well, Granit Xhaka, of course, is one name that's been linked with moves away, isn't he?
That will be the focus now, I think, because if you're going to outlay that much money, then there's going to be a huge number of players in the squad, but also players that you need to recoup money from. Now, Granit Xhaka, such a key player for Arsenal in recent seasons, particularly last season. This one kind of came as a surprise, but if you look at his contract situation, he's only got 1 year left. He's 30 years old. He's 31 in September. And if Arsenal were to try and extend his stay, it'd be questionable whether he'd be getting a long-term contract. However, Bayer Leverkusen are willing to do that. And that deal now will look like it will accelerate. Granit Xhaka to Bayer Leverkusen. The deal under discussion is worth around £21.5 million. So once the Rice one is completely finalised, expect the Xhaka one to really motor along as well. Another player that Arsenal are open to offers for is Folarin Balogun. He went on loan, you'll remember, last season to Reims and played really, really well. 21 league goals for Reims last season. He actually signed a new contract for 3 years last summer as well. So he's only got 2 years left on his contract. But because he's experienced that first-team football and probably feels that he's not going to get that at Arsenal, I think he probably feels the time is right to move on. And I think Arsenal will demand around £50 million for Balogun. That's the kind of value that they want. No shortage of interest either. We understand that AC Milan, Inter Milan, Marseille, Monaco and RB Leipzig are all interested in Balogun. Whether they'd be able to afford a valuation of around £50 million is another matter. Potential other departures. We're told that Arsenal still exploring what's been described to me as a viable exit options. Yeah, for Cedric Suarez, Nuno Tavares, Albert Sambi Lokonga and Nicolas Pepe, who, as it stands, is still the record signing at £72 million from 2019, but about to be obliterated by Rice.
OK. Dharmesh, what an update. Thank you very much indeed.